October 3rd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, it is business as usual this morning at the Cobequid Health Center in Lower Sackville following the discovery of smoke yesterday. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And Alderney Landing's Blue Nose Ghost Festival kicks off this weekend in Dartmouth. I get a preview of all the terrifying things you can get up to this year. That's a little later.
Plus, it's almost time for Fire Prevention Week. Our partners at Kidda will stop by with some timely and important tips to keep your family safe. All that and so much more just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Today. It's Friday, everybody.
Air guitar.
Good morning. Amanda can really play mean air guitar.
Oh yeah, I know. I got this one from auction too.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of practicing in the mirror.
I play guitar the wrong way, this way, when I do air guitar. Obviously, I don't.
That left-handed.
No, yeah, I get to do the lefty way. How do you play air guitar?
I think this way.
The right way?
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Now you real guitarists out there, you're like,
we do need some lessons.
We do. It's Friday, October 3rd. As you can tell, it is a Friday. We're so excited. First Friday in October. And I don't know, I had a little extra coffee this morning, and I think the cool air has really give me a little jolt this morning. It's cold.
Oh, it's quite cold yet again today. Temperatures will be warming up above seasonal yet again as we inch towards the weekend. So things will be heating up a little bit later, but when you're heading out early this morning, yeah, layer up.
Layer up.
Yeah, it's feeling quite cold. We're going to take a live look right now at St. John's. Beautiful start to your day. Going to see lots of sunshine in the forecast today as the sun begins to rise. As of right now, 6 degrees as you head outdoors in St. John's. Keep that in mind. You may want to layer up, as I had mentioned, because it's feeling quite cold. -2 degrees right now in Edmundston, 2 in Fredericton, 9 degrees heading outdoors in Charlottetown with 8 in Halifax, 4 into Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Over to our satellite and radar. Not really much to show you early this morning. Going to see lots of sunshine for much of Atlantic Canada. We do have a chance of some scattered showers expected for parts of Labrador. Other than that, though, sunshine will be sticking around into the afternoon. So we're talking about sun safety. Keep in mind the UV index will track moderate for all 3 maritime provinces. Also going to be moderate throughout your day for both Newfoundland and Labrador. In terms of the wind, changing direction from the north to the southwest. As of right now, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 24 into Grand Etang with 19 in Halifax, 15 in Sydney. No wind gusts at this time, but it will be another breezy day across the region. I'll have a look at your weekend forecast coming up, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. It is business as usual this morning at the Cobequid Health Center in Lower Sackville. Appointments were canceled and the hospital was closed for a portion of the day Thursday after smoke was found inside the building. Halifax Fire says that smoke came from the mechanical room, but there was no fire. Nova Scotia Health says a handful of patients were in the ER overnight. They were taken by paramedics to the QE2. It's unclear how many appointments were canceled. In New Brunswick, first responders and hazmat teams rushed to an elementary school in Moncton yesterday after the discovery of a suspicious substance that turned out to be something relatively minor.
A sodium bicarbonate, which is basically baking soda. It's for like a diaper genie, like somebody would have in their own home for wet diapers or dirty diapers. It's got a little bit of a perfume to it, but we had no way of knowing that.
A woman in the office of Evergreen Park inhaled an amount of white powder and had extreme difficulty breathing. She was hospitalized but is doing well. A total of 10 people were exposed to what at the time was an unknown substance inside a package previously ordered. The baking soda prompted a hold and secure inside the school and a massive deployment outside of it. Classes continued as normal after the lunch hour. A 57-year-old man from Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the scene. It has since reopened. And a second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman at the scene and a 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police say a 19-year-old man has now passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another 19-year-old man. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out at the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. And childcare was the focus of a get-together at a public library in Halifax last night. Advocacy group Childcare Now Nova Scotia hosted what it called a check-in event, bringing together early childhood educators, parents, and community members to reflect on where childcare stands in Nova Scotia right now and where it needs to go. Organizers say affordable childcare needs to be a top priority for communities across the province.
We're really concerned that there are not enough spaces in the province for parents who need it. We're wanting to make sure that the province meets its deadline of a $10 a day fees for childcare, which is supposed to be reached by March 2026. They're supposed to also add spaces before then. And, you know, we're worried that we need to be making sure that the early childhood educators who are in the system, they're going to stay there, that we can really attract more, because without them, no spaces can happen.
The group advocates for a, quote, universal, comprehensive, publicly funded, high-quality, affordable, accessible, accountable, and not-for-profit early learning and childcare system in Nova Scotia. Finally, prices at the pumps this morning. You will be paying more for diesel. Let's start with gas prices. Beginning in Nova Scotia Zone 1, the price of gas rests at $1.40.7. Meantime, price of diesel increased by 4.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.55.5 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7. The minimum price now $1.48.5. And diesel increased by 4 cents. The minimum price now $1.62.5 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.53 a litre. And quite the jump for diesel in New Brunswick. It increased overnight by 9.7 cents, almost 10 cents. The maximum price now $1.68 a litre. And that is your first look at your local news headlines on this Friday morning. And I'll have your national news just after the break as well.
We look forward to that.
Me too.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to give away some money right now. Okay, it's time for a $20,000 giveaway contest, and we're going to give you the code word in a moment. Don't know why I'm talking like this.
Well,
Feels like the kind of thing you'd say when you're trying to
when you're a rich
give away some
lady.
money. Word dollar is the word today. The simple word dollar. Put that in on our website. There's a little contest icon up at the top, or scan the QR code, takes you right to the page. Put in that dollar, put a little information, and then tune in again Monday, because we'll have another chance for you to win.
Oh, big money, big money, big money. And we have a big show ahead, lots to come over the next 3 hours. But first, when we return after the break, Latavia has your full look at the Friday forecast for this first Friday for October. Very quiet in Antigonish, Nova Scotia this morning. Maybe the St. FX students are just waking up. We'll have your forecast right after this at 6:08.
Your first full Friday forecast is forthcoming.
That was good. I like that alliteration. We'll be right back.
Happy Friday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:11. Taking a live look at Fredericton. A dark and cold start to the day. It's currently only 1 degree in your area, so keep that in mind when you're getting dressed to head out on your morning commute. You're going to want to layer up. It's quite cool right across Atlantic Canada yet again today. It will be warming up a little bit later on, but as of right now, it is at 9 degrees heading outdoors in Charlottetown, with 7 in Halifax, 5 degrees in Sydney, 6 into St. John's. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Still seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, so something to keep in mind if you are in those communities today. Over to our forecast timeline. Not really much to show you early this morning. Pretty clear skies for much of Atlantic Canada. But we are going to see a low track across parts of Labrador, bringing some chance of some scattered showers across parts of the province today. But into the afternoon, sunshine remains in our forecast. Could see a chance of showers for parts of Newfoundland. Taking us into the evening and overnight hours, pretty clear skies. Maybe a few clouds returning into the overnight hours, bringing us into early Saturday morning. We have another sunny day ahead for much of the region. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick, looking at lots of sunshine across the province today. Highs will range from 18 to 22 degrees, being the warmest into Bathurst. And for Prince Edward Island, looking at a high of 19 right across the province. Sunny skies today with wind gusts getting up to 40. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Warm temperatures today above seasonal and lots of sunshine throughout your day. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a high of 19 degrees, wind out of the southwest as well. 20 gusting to 40. For Newfoundland and Labrador, a chance of showers throughout the day today with a high of 14 in Labrador City. Lots of sunshine throughout your day over in St. John's, 17 degrees as your daytime high. So for forecast on Saturday, although we are going to still see sunny, dry conditions for much of the region, we do have a chance of showers returning for parts of Newfoundland into the northern region of New Brunswick, seeing a chance of some isolated showers. And then into our forecast for Sunday, much of the same, another warm, sunny day ahead. We could see a chance of showers return for the northern region of New Brunswick. Other than that, not really seeing any rainfall totals or precipitation for much of the region until around Tuesday of next week. So that's a look at your weather forecast on this Friday. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:14. Health officials in Alberta are confirming the province's first measles death this year, a baby born prematurely. The infant, whose mother contracted measles during pregnancy, died shortly after birth. Children under 5, people with weakened immune systems, and those who are pregnant or at highest risk for measles infections. Health experts say measles cases have gone up as immunization rates have declined.
The measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine we've been using, again, for the better part of 30 plus years here. We know it's safe. We know it works.
Officials are now urging anyone planning on getting pregnant to obtain 2 measles vaccines before they conceive. Security is heightened at synagogues in Canada and around the world after a horrific attack on a Jewish community in Manchester, England last night. Authorities say a man rammed his car into a crowd gathering for Yom Kippur, then attacked with a knife, killing 2 worshippers and at least 4 injured. CTV's Heather Wright has more.
Everybody else, he has the ball. Go away. Terror at a synagogue on the holiest day of the Jewish calendar. Police say a man wearing what appeared to be an explosive vest first drove a car into worshippers gathered outside a temple in Manchester, England, then got out of his car and attacked others with a knife. 2 people were killed, 4 others injured. The suspect, identified as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami, was shot and killed by police.
I've been shaken to the core, and I hope that we can come together and heal.
The attack has been deemed an act of terrorism and occurred in an area of Manchester home to many Orthodox Jews. It comes at a time of heightened fears in the Jewish community and rising anti-Semitism around the world. 3 other people have been arrested in connection, 2 men in their 30s and a woman in her 60s. They were taken into custody on suspicion of commission, preparation, and instigation of acts of terrorism.
I express my solidarity, but also my sadness that you still have to live with these fears. Nobody should have to do that. Nobody.
Security has been beefed up at synagogues around the world, including here in Canada. Toronto police announced last month they would increase patrols throughout the high holidays, as well as during the lead up to the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas attacks of October 7th.
Scary times, obviously, okay, and it's crazy. It's crazy. This cannot continue.
If you can always justify our murder, then it doesn't stop.
Today, Prime Minister Mark Carney called the Manchester synagogue attack an appalling anti-Semitic atrocity, vowing we will always protect the inalienable rights of Jewish communities to live their lives free from intimidation and threats of violence.
And despite the increased security, there is a fear within the Jewish community, a concern that what happened in England could happen here. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
Thank you, Heather. Time now to meet a Newfoundland man whose journey in life hasn't only been about reaching his destination, it's also been about making a difference along the way. CTV's Garrett Barry meets a pilot who has landed his way into the record books.
This pair have been a lot of places over the past month.
Sunday, we only have, I think, an hour and a half flight to.
But this layover is a record setter. After their 10-hour flight yesterday from the Azores in Portugal to St. John's, Ed Galkin and his team believe he's become the oldest aviator to cross the Atlantic in a single-engine airplane, a 1976 Cessna.
We don't find it boring. I'm up there, I look around, I look down, and I say, boy, it's great being up here. It's a big ocean, and a lot of problems that you think you have, you really don't have it.
It's not just for the history books. This journey is a fundraiser for the Rotary Club's work in taking on polio around the world, the second one in a series that's already raised millions for the cause.
We've seen the greatness of Rotary and all these other organizations united together to end polio. So we don't have hope. More importantly, we believe we are seeing the end of polio.
Their friendship is a new one. These men spent just a few hours on the phone and meeting before setting off on this 5-week trip together in one of the smallest airplanes you'll ever find.
We definitely didn't have too much difficulty handling each other.
We've never been at a loss of words about what to talk about or tell jokes about. And sometimes I get irritable and sometimes he gets irritable. And usually within minutes, we're off talking about something else.
It's Ed's second world record. He's also believed to be the oldest to navigate the globe in a single-engine aircraft.
Well, I guess I'm number one.
He says if conflict and unrest subsides around the world, he might consider an around-the-world journey one more time. Garrett Barry, CTV News, St. John's.
Just incredible. Thank you, Garrett. Well, we now know who the Toronto Blue Jays will face in the playoffs this weekend.
And the Yankees have completed step one on their way back to a World Series.
Yeah, classic matchup. The New York Yankees defeated the Boston Red Sox 4-0 in the Wild Card Series and will go on to play the Blue Jays in the American League Division Series. Game 1 is tomorrow afternoon in Toronto. Finally, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you might need an extra cup of coffee this morning. Taylor Swift's highly anticipated 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, dropped at midnight. The singer put the album together while on her recent Eras tour. Fans can stream it, purchase it on vinyl, and even on cassette tape, if you still have that. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, our colleagues at TSN will have your must-see moment. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is almost 6:24 and time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday forward. We're going to head to Game 3 in the Bronx. Yankees, Red Sox, top 8. It's 4-0 Yankees. Jarren Duran pops it into foul territory. Ryan McMahon gives chase and makes the fantastic catch, goes head over heels and flips into the Red Sox dugout, but manages to hold on. McMahon delivering the play of the postseason so far, and he is your must-see moment from Thursday. Friday on TSN, Week 18 in the CFL kicks off with the Rough Riders taking on the Red Blacks. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
And now we're going to throw things over to our colleagues over at BNN.
Algoma Steel says its losses are growing as a result of American tariffs. Algoma expects to lose $80 to $90 million in its third quarter. It sent about 100,000 tons less of its steel to the U.S. because of the 50% tariff. But Algoma's getting some help. Ottawa and the Ontario government have announced $500 million in financing for the hard-hit steelmaker. Ottawa's fiscal watchdog says homes are getting more affordable in Canada. He looked at the gap between average home prices and what a typical household can afford. That gap narrowed the most in Toronto and Hamilton, Ontario. September home sales creeped up in Vancouver, growing just over 1% from last year, but they are still well below the 10-year average. Now in Montreal, September home sales were up 11%. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 71.63. West Texas Intermediate is down over $1 to 60.16. Western Canadian Select down as well to 50.17. And the TSX hit another record close, moving up 52 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, New Brunswick seeing lots of sunshine today with an above seasonal daytime high of 20. Warming up to 22 on Saturday. Lots of sunshine. We do have a chance of showers for the northern region. And on Sunday, sunny skies with increasing cloudiness to the north. Cloudy skies into the afternoon, a high of 21. Nova Scotia will be seeing lots of sunshine today with a high of 19, warming up to 22 on Saturday. Sunshine extends into our forecast for Sunday with increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island looking at sunshine today with a high of 19, 18 degrees on Saturday with mainly sunny skies, and sunshine sticking around on Sunday, cooling down to 50.
Coming up in this half hour on Your Morning Atlantic, well, is a new Simpsons movie making you nostalgic? We're going to talk about that in our childhood favorite things as we talk about a Move Morning Chat. Meanwhile, here's a live look at the Armdale Roundabout. Traffic's flowing slowly and fine this morning. Looks like Friday's getting off to an okay start in this area. I navigated this last night. Different situation. Not the case right now.
Hello, it is Friday, October 3rd, also known as Mean Girls Day.
Oh, is it now?
It
I
is.
love Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, if you haven't seen it, what day is it?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the movie, remember way back in 2004, it's because, he asked what day it was, and Lindsay Lohan's character said, it's October 3rd. It's October 3rd. Also, too, Taylor Swift dropped her album at midnight, too. It's a notable day for Taylor Swift because it's her lucky number 13 today. So, yeah, it's the 10th month plus 3 for the release date of her album, 13.
There you go. And you actually have already tuned in.
Yes, I have. There's a few songs that I really like on there. Very different than what I thought she was going to put out this time around. But I'm sure fans are going crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like we saw a little bit of the video there.
Yeah, the
visualizers. Of her and like all
Very
that.
cool.
Very fun.
I love that. Yeah, there are listening parties where people will stay up late, like it's released at midnight. They'll stay and listen to the whole thing. Haven't done that. But I will admit, I am going to go with one of my girlfriends to go see the theatrical release of the music video on the weekend. We're gonna do that together.
That's fun. That is fun.
Yeah. So it is fun.
It is. You know, these little things, they make life exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Dropping of an album, going outside for a walk in the fall. Getting in nature, that would be my choice. I know what you do that with your friend. I love that for you, but I think I'll go for a nice fall walk this weekend.
Absolutely, you should. You're going to see lots of sunshine right across the Atlantic Canada.
Which is
good. It's going to be great to head out and explore your area. Here's a live look at McAdam. As you can see here, a dark start to the day and cold. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. Now, temperatures will be warming up above seasonal for much of the region a little bit later on. But as of right now, only 1 degree heading outdoors in Fredericton with 9 in Charlottetown, 7 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, 5 in Sydney, 6 degrees in St. John's, and 9 over in Labrador City. Air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, something to keep in mind if you are headed out in those communities today, as well as lots of sunshine as the sun begins to rise early this morning. Sunshine sticking around into the afternoon, but we do have a chance of some scattered showers returning for parts of Labrador. Other than that, it's going to remain sunny and dry for much of the region. So keeping in mind the UV index is tracking moderate across all 3 maritime provinces, also sitting moderate for Newfoundland and Labrador. Wind changes direction for the Maritimes today. Out of the southwest this morning, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 in Grand Etang, 15 kilometers per hour in Sydney, 13 in Canso, with 17 in Halifax. No wind gusts at this time, but will become breezy into the afternoon for much of the Maritime region. I'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first, a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:33. A 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the scene. It has since reopened. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police say a 19-year-old man has now passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another 19-year-old man. 5 months ago, Lily and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their rural Pictou County home. There's been widespread speculation, but little real evidence about their whereabouts or what happened.
I think the RCMP is throwing a lot of experts and a lot of resources at it. In the meantime, it certainly doesn't look good for these poor children, but at some point, I'm sure we'll know what happened in some way or another.
Police tell CTV News they expect to provide an update next week, including the work of the human remains detection dogs, cadaver dogs, now being brought in from elsewhere in Canada. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out at the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. And childcare was the focus of a get-together at a public library in Halifax last night. Advocacy group Childcare Now Nova Scotia hosted what it called a check-in event, bringing together early childhood educators, parents, and community members to reflect on where childcare stands in Nova Scotia and where it needs to go. Organizers say affordable childcare needs to be a top priority for communities across the province.
We're really concerned that there are not enough spaces in the province for parents who need it. We're wanting to make sure that the province meets its deadline of a $10 a day fees for childcare, which they're supposed to reach by March 2026. They're supposed to also add spaces before then. And, you know, we're worried that we need to be making sure that the early childhood educators who are in the system, they're going to stay there, that we can really attract more, because without them, no spaces can happen.
The group advocates for a, quote, universal, comprehensive, publicly funded, high-quality, affordable, accessible, accountable, and not-for-profit early learning and childcare system in Nova Scotia. To prices at the pumps now, where you will be paying more for diesel. Beginning in Nova Scotia Zone 1 with the price of gas, it rests unchanged at $1.40.7 a litre. Meantime, the price of diesel increased by 4.3 cents, the minimum price $1.55.5. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7, the minimum price $1.48.5, and diesel increased by 4 cents, the minimum price $1.62.5 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents, the maximum price $1.53 a litre. And a big jump for diesel, it increased by 9.7 cents, almost 10 cents a litre. The maximum price is now $1.68. Finally, the official match ball of the FIFA World Cup 26 has been unveiled. Take a look at it. It's called Trionda, which can be translated from Spanish as 3 waves. I do hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I do not speak Spanish. The name is also a nod to the fact that 3 countries, Canada, Mexico, and the U.S., are coming together to host the World Cup at the same time. And on the ball, there's a maple leaf to represent Canada, an eagle for Mexico, and a star for the United States.
Wow.
Trionda is also packed with state-of-the-art features, including an embedded motion sensor chip that provides data to help referees.
That's cool.
It is high-tech.
Look at that.
Ball. And it looks good, like the way it looks, too. Nicely done, everybody.
That is beautiful. That will be here before you know it, too.
Indeed. Well, speaking of sports, we now know who the Toronto Blue Jays will face in the playoffs this weekend. Yeah.
And the Yankees have completed step 1 on their way back to a World Series.
Here we go. The New York Yankees defeated the Boston Red Sox 4-0 in the Wild Card Series. They go on to play the Blue Jays in the American League Division Series Game 1 Saturday afternoon in Toronto. That's tomorrow, everybody. So if you're not going in person, you might have on the radio to listen to the old school kind of broadcast. I like that, actually, listen to baseball on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can watch it on the TV, or you can stream it, whatever you like.
Whatever you like, whatever you want to do with your afternoon. Yeah, that's a classic matchup. Go Jays, go.
Yeah, a bit of a rivalry there. Going to be interesting. It's going to be heated.
It is. Exciting time, though, to be a Jays
definitely.
fan.
Oh, yeah.
All right, still ahead, we're going to have your entertainment headlines. There's more to tell you than Taylor Swift dropping a new album, but that's the big thing. Also, too, speaking of entertainment, we're asking, what was your favorite TV show as a kid?
Oh.
Nostalgia is going strong this morning. That's the top. That's coming up after Latavia's latest look at the forecast. As we say good morning to Lunenburg, a nice, quiet, calm start to the day for you. We'll be right back.
Look at that. The sun is beginning to rise over in Brookvale. Happy Friday, Atlantic, Canada. The time now is 6:42. 9 degrees in your area as of right now. A cool start to the day really right across Atlantic Canada. Temperatures will be warming up, though. We are going to see above seasonal daytime highs for much of the region. As of right now, 6 degrees heading outdoors in St. John's. Looking at 1 right now in Fredericton. 9 degrees early this morning in Charlottetown with 7 in Halifax and 5 in Sydney. An air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Still seeing a reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, so something to keep in mind today. Over to our forecast timeline. Not really much to show you in our forecast early this morning. A bit of cloud coverage already beginning to clear out. Lots of sunny, dry conditions in our forecast today. We do have a chance of some scattered showers returning for parts of Labrador and Newfoundland into the afternoon. Other than that, going to remain quite clear, taking us into the evening and overnight hours tonight. Temperatures will cool down yet again, so feeling quite cool into the overnight hours. A few clouds return into early Saturday morning. A sunny, dry day ahead for much of the region. Maybe some isolated showers returning for parts of the region. But for today, lots of sunshine across New Brunswick. Daytime highs between 18 to 22 being the warmest into Bathurst. Wind gusts getting up to 40 kilometers per hour. A high of 19 degrees right across Prince Edward Island today. Lots of sunshine for you as well. And same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Sunny skies for you today. Highs between 17 to 19. And that sunshine extending in our forecast for the rest of Nova Scotia with a high of 19. Newfoundland and Labrador. Scattered showers today with a high of 14 degrees in Labrador City. Looking at 17 into St. John's, Newfoundland, and also seeing sunshine and dry conditions today. Into our forecast for Saturday, a chance of showers will return for parts of Newfoundland. Into the northern region of New Brunswick, seeing a chance of some scattered showers. And then into our forecast for Sunday, sunny, dry, above seasonal daytime highs headed our way, really right across Atlantic Canada. We do have a chance of some spotty showers returning for parts of northern New Brunswick and a bit of precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. But other than that, going to remain quite dry. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll take a look at the Move Morning Chat. Welcome to the Move Morning Chat. This morning we're discussing favorite shows as kids. So Aaron, Peter, take it away.
Yeah, so I'm sure you saw the news. The Simpsons movie, they're putting out a sequel 20 years later, which nobody was really expecting. We do have to wait until 2027 for that new movie. But it got me feeling nostalgic because when I was a kid, I mean, I wasn't necessarily allowed to watch The Simpsons, but I loved The Simpsons. I still do. But just being a kid, watching cartoons late at night, it was the best thing ever.
Yeah, and clearly I go back a little bit further than Aaron does on this one. But the fun thing about this is that my favorite TV show as a kid, super nostalgic, but I could still see it today, I'm sure, if I wanted to, on TV, because it was something I watched with my dad, and we watched it in reruns. It was Star Trek, and it used to be on Saturday afternoons about 12:30 or so. And we would sit down and watch Star Trek together. And he was like the least likely person to watch science fiction, but there we were. And we loved that show together. So I'm going to throw Star Trek out there as my favorite TV show as a kid.
Peter, I never took you for a Trekkie, but I love it. For me as a kid, we always watched, before the days of YouTube and viral videos, America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yes.
Remember that? Yep. I watched that, especially back in the day with Bob Saget.
Yes.
The original host. I would watch that with my dad. And one thing that I would do is we would laugh the most when someone would fall. And I would make, at the end of the show, you would bet on who would take home the top prize, what video was the funniest, and we would do a dollar bet, just a loony, to see who would win. So great memories there, great laughs. The original YouTube.
Absolutely. For me, it would have been YTV, the Family Channel. Big fans of that. Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Those were my favorite shows. Rugrats. So many good shows on those channels.
Some good Canadian shows.
Right?
Aaron, before we go, what's yours?
Well, The Simpsons was mine, but oh my gosh, if I was thinking of any other one, Latavia, Are You Afraid of the Dark was the best.
Right?
And I always go back because a bunch of them are still on YouTube. So if you're ever feeling nostalgic, you can go back and watch all the old episodes.
Guys, I was in a dentist chair. I was in a dentist chair yesterday, and you're lying back on your back with the TV up on the ceiling. I swear, Are You Afraid of the Dark was on.
Well, sometimes the dentist can be a little bit scary. So, you know, another story for the Midnight Society. Thanks, you two. So we're putting this question to our viewers this morning. What was your favorite TV show as a kid? Please text us your answers at 10-400. Standard message and data rates apply. We'll share your answers later on in the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back, 6:51. Oh my gosh, I love today's question about the childhood shows. I also love Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh my God, it's such a good one. And I'm sure there's so many our viewers are going to tell us about, just kind of bringing us back. Nostalgia, I love it.
It's total nostalgia. This is nostalgic for me. This show will make you feel like you've been taken back to the 70s. My parents had the Linda Ronstadt on when I was a kid all the time. Yeah, the Linda Ronstadt Show honors the music and career of the Queen of Rock, a live musical tribute that takes you through the dozens of songs and stories of her incredible 5-decade career. Performer Karen Coughlin, who's originally from the Maritimes, performs as Linda Ronstadt, and a portion of proceeds from every show goes to Parkinson Canada. The Linda Ronstadt Show runs next Monday to Thursday in various locations in Nova Scotia before heading to the Riverview Arts Centre on Friday, October 10th, and the Harbourfront Centre, in Summerside on October 11th. Linda Ronstadt, legendary.
Oh yeah, iconic.
Iconic.
Very excited for that one. All right, speaking of entertainment, let's take a look at the rest of your entertainment headlines.
It's a big day for Taylor Swift fans. The pop star's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, dropped overnight. Swift says studio album number 12 was written during her most recent Eras tour and was inspired by her life on the road. Fans can also head to the movie theater to see the official release party of a Showgirl, which is full of music videos and behind-the-scenes footage. One Direction members Louis Tomlinson and Zayn Malik are reuniting for a new travel documentary series for Netflix. The show will follow their tour through the U.S. and is set to come out next year. The two are also expected to address the sudden death of their former bandmate Liam Payne last year after he fell off a hotel balcony in Argentina. K-pop Demon Hunters is already the most popular movie of all time on Netflix, and now the animated hit has broken another record, becoming the longest-running movie on the Netflix Top 10 chart at 15 straight weeks. The Chi is coming to an end. Paramount Plus says Season 8 of the drama about life on the south side of Chicago will be its last. Production of the final season is set to begin next year. And happy birthday to Gwen Stefani. The No Doubt and three-time Grammy-winning singer is turning 56. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
Oh my goodness, they missed one.
Yeah.
Today, well, at midnight earlier this morning, they released Monsters, the Ed Gein story.
And what the heck is that?
Oh, it's a very, oh my God, we can't get into that on television.
Well, what is it?
He's a murderer.
Yeah, it's a show series.
It's basically like a reinterpretation of like that story.
Okay.
Really good. I'm very excited.
Well, I know you love that kind of stuff, so that's okay, fantastic. Also, happy birthday, Gwen Stefani, 56.
Right?
Yeah,
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, we have a big weekend ahead, and this is your first full look at the forecast of what's coming ahead. I want to see what's going on.
Absolutely. Okay, this is something we can talk about.
Okay, good.
We'll take a look at our 3-day forecast into the weekend. So starting off for, actually, never mind. We're all over the place this Friday.
I'm so sorry. We're moving on to something. This is very exciting, though. The Wildcats return to the ice this weekend, defending their league championship.
Yes, and after capturing the Q League crown last season, they kind of fell short in the Memorial Cup semifinal, but the run created a buzz of excitement.
After a successful championship-winning season, the Moncton Wildcats are playing at home for the first time this season, and those who follow the team are optimistic.
This would generally, after a championship, be a very lean year. But with the new players that they brought into camp, with the new NCAA rule, this is a team that, once they put things together, it's going to be a very competitive team this year.
The Wildcats started the season on the road and went 2-2. Wildcats podcast host Adam Lund says once they get some key players back from injury and NHL training camps, fans should expect some more wins.
I mean, they've got one of the best coaches in New Brunswick history in Gardner. I think if he can put them together, you're looking at least a top 4 team and a long playoff run.
But it's not just the action on the ice. The Wildcats are rolling out some new in-game entertainment for the fans to enjoy.
We really like to have every fan out here to come and participate and to cheer on our boys.
The Wildcats business team says they've got a lineup of things going on this weekend, including a championship banner raising.
Very, very proud and very excited to lift that banner this year.
These longtime fans are excited for the season to get underway.
The fans are getting really excited. You can tell, especially after the last game against Newfoundland and then the weekend in Cape Breton. You can see a lot of the fans coming together again.
I'm honestly just excited to see all the new faces. They look like they're a pretty good roster.
The puck drops at the Avenir Center starting at 7 p.m. on Saturday night as the Wildcats take on the Charlottetown Islanders. And then Sunday, they take on their rival, the Halifax Mooseheads, at 3 p.m. Josh Smith, CTV News, Moncton.
Wow, exciting times in the Hub City. Happening now in local news, a 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Also, after 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. Plus, you'll be paying more to fill up your vehicle with diesel. All of your latest diesel and gas prices just ahead in your local news headlines. But first, is a look at the 3-day forecast with Latavia.
Thanks, Amanda. Now we're going to take a look at your 3-day. For New Brunswick, lots of sunshine today with a high of 20 degrees. Still remains above seasonal on Saturday with 22. Lots of sunshine for much of the province. We do have a chance of scattered showers for the north. And then on Sunday, a high of 21. Lots of sunshine, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon for the north. Today, we're looking at lots of sunshine across Nova Scotia, a high of 19, 22 degrees on Saturday, mainly sunny skies and sunshine sticking around on Sunday, a high of 20. Prince Edward Island also seeing sunny, dry conditions today with a high of 19, 18 degrees on Saturday. Sunshine yet again on Sunday, looking at a high of 15.
It's Friday, October 3rd. Today on Your Morning Atlantic. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have now won their first collective agreement and will be back on the job on Monday. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the importance of spending time outdoors. We find out how that simple act can solve some of Atlantic Canada's most pressing health challenges, especially for seniors. That's coming up.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7:01. Friday, we made it to the end of the week. It kind of felt like a weird one because we had a day off.
So strange.
Yeah.
So true. And also PD day for some children
Yes.
on Monday. So for some, it was only 3 days back to school this week.
Yeah.
I know. And then before we know it, we'll have Thanksgiving.
Right?
Yes, that's next
Right around
weekend.
the corner. Really?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Not tomorrow. I guess weekend is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next weekend, Thanksgiving weekend.
Whoa.
I know. It's time's flying. We're well into the fall, though. You can feel the fall in the air.
Oh, yeah.
You really
It's like
can.
it just switch.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Like
I mean,
cold.
warm and sunny during the day, but yeah, the wind yesterday when it was blowing, it did feel...
It was chilly in that wind, but when the wind was down, it was very mild. It's just
Exactly.
how it is.
It's kind of weird because you're layering up in the morning, but you have to layer because you'll be shedding them into the afternoon because it gets quite hot and sunny, right? Here's a live look at Tangier, a beautiful sunrise early this morning. Although it is cool, just something to keep in mind, we are going to see above seasonal daytime highs a little bit later on for much of the region. But it is 1 degree as you head outdoors in Fredericton, 9 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 5 degrees in Sydney with 7 in Halifax, 6 in St. John's. We still have an air quality statement in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, seeing a reduction in local air quality. And then over to our satellite and radar, just a chance of some scattered showers for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. But other than that, going to see sunny, dry conditions for much of Atlantic Canada today. Because of that, still talking about the UV index that remains moderate across all 3 maritime provinces. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, remaining moderate as well throughout your day. Wind changes direction for the maritime region today out of the southwest, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 in Grand Etang with 15 in Sydney, 17 in Halifax. No wind gusts at this time. We'll have a look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:03. A 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the scene. It has since reopened. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police say a 19-year-old man has now passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another 19-year-old man. A man is dead following an ATV crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis County. It happened Tuesday around 11 p.m. on Highway 101 in Deep Brook. Police found an abandoned ATV on the east side of the Bear River Bridge. A drone located the man's body nearby. The 38-year-old from Cornwallis Park was pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation is ongoing. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out at the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. 2 prices at the pumps now, where you'll be paying more for diesel. Let's start in Nova Scotia with the price of gas, which rests at $1.40.7. It is unchanged. Meantime, price of diesel increased by 4.3 cents. The minimum price in the Halifax area now $1.55.5 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7. The minimum price $1.48.5, and diesel increased by 4 cents. The minimum price $1.62.5 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price $1.53 a litre. And a big jump for diesel, increased by 9.7 cents, the maximum price, now $1.68 a liter in New Brunswick. It is business as usual this morning at the Cobequid Health Centre in Lower Sackville. Appointments were canceled and the hospital was closed for a portion of the day Thursday after smoke was found inside. Halifax Fire says the smoke came from the mechanical room, but there was no fire. Nova Scotia Health says a handful of patients were in the ER overnight and they were taken by paramedics to the QE2. It's unclear how many appointments were impacted. In New Brunswick, first responders and hazmat teams rushed to an elementary school in Moncton yesterday after the discovery of a suspicious substance that turned out to be something relatively minor.
A sodium bicarbonate, which is basically baking soda. It's for like a diaper genie, like somebody would have in their own home for wet diapers or dirty diapers. It's got a little bit of a perfume to it, but we had no way of knowing that.
A woman in the office of Evergreen Park inhaled an amount of white powder and had extreme difficulty breathing. She was hospitalized but is doing well. A total of 10 people were exposed to what at the time was an unknown substance inside a package previously ordered. The baking soda prompted a hold and secure inside the school and a massive deployment outside of it. Classes continued as normal after the lunch hour. Well, we've been talking about the beautiful fall colors around the region right now, and we want to share some photos from you. These are some photos our viewers sent in. We begin with this lovely photo from Joyce Fitch. She said the fall colors around the Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia, those are my favorite. This is our farm on a dirt road. She says it's just the prettiest place. It's her happy place.
Sure is.
Sure is.
Like
Thanks,
it.
Joyce. Now to some drone photos. Coming from New Brunswick, we have two of them.
Oh my goodness.
This is from Larry Ford, and he took these photos just yesterday morning and sent us a text at 10:0400. The next one from him, you can see the morning fog lifting off.
The colors are very, very vivid this year. I'm very, oh, wow.
Oh, I know. Barony, New Brunswick
Gorgeous
is where
spot.
he took that. Finally, one more from Laura Romke. Photo with all the fall colors in the hand. I did that too the other day.
Did you?
We were on a hike. I did the same thing with my son. Yeah. And Laura says she's loving all the photos too. So really appreciate the viewers who just took the time yesterday to text us your photos. And that's just at 10-400. I'm checking your text messages. Standard message rates do apply, but basically if you text that number, it's going to say which Your Morning you're watching. You're watching the Atlantic show.
Yeah.
And from there, we got a conversation going. But yeah, you can text us how you feel about the topic of the day. We're talking about your favorite TV show as a kid. That's what we're saying today. But send us anything. I mean, how you're enjoying the show. If there's a traffic collision that we should know about, the weather in your region, anything.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you.
It's great, and it's so easy for people to send photos from their phone into the text.
You just text it.
All right, this is kind of neat, not happening around here. If you're afraid of heights, you might want to turn away from this story. Traffic in southwest China is now getting to go over this bridge. It's officially open now. It is called the Huazhang Grand Canyon Bridge. It's 625 meters in the air. It reaches nearly 3,000 meters across the canyon, 1,400 meter span. It took more than 3 years to build. There it is. There's a drone shot. It's a beautiful thing of beauty. It's the largest span ever built in the mountains. Gosh, so we'll see another drone. Like, look at that. Wow. I don't know. This would be something to drive over. I don't know. Yeah.
I couldn't do it, but it looks gorgeous.
It does, yeah, I know. Woo.
An engineering feat. Hats off to everyone who worked.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, just sort of a cool thing. You have to be in the area, in the Guizhou province of China. Just give it a little drive.
Drive over it. All right, still ahead, if you're going for a weekend drive, Latavia has the latest look at the forecast for the first weekend of October. Also, too, why you shouldn't stop playing outside. Even as an adult, we'll sit down with a local researcher about why outdoor play is so important for us, especially as we age, and for people in rural communities too. It's coming up.
Looks like the sun is rising over in Fredericton. Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:13. Quite cold this morning over in Fredericton, 1 degree starting off your day. We are going to see pretty cool temperatures early this morning, but above seasonal temperatures headed our way into the afternoon. But as of right now, it is only 9 degrees heading outdoors in Charlottetown, 7 in Halifax with 6 degrees in both Sydney and St. John's, 9 starting off your day in Labrador City. An air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Still seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. Something to keep in mind if you are in those communities today. Not really much to show you on our forecast timelines. Looking quite clear across the region today. Lots of sunshine in our forecast. We do have a chance of some scattered showers for parts of Labrador, and for Newfoundland, seeing a chance of showers for parts of that province. But other than that, going to remain quite dry and clear. Sunny skies take us into the evening hours. Clear skies remain. Just a few clouds return for parts of New Brunswick. Taking us into early Saturday morning. It's going to be quite a cool start to the day yet again, but definitely going to see temperatures rise above seasonal into Saturday's forecast. For today, lots of sunshine across New Brunswick. We are going to see daytime highs between 18 to 23, being the warmest into Bathurst. Wind will pick up for parts of New Brunswick out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. And then for Prince Edward Island, a high of 19 degrees today. Lots of sunshine across the island and lots of sunshine in store for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, with daytime highs between 17 to 19 degrees. A high of 19 degrees for the rest of Nova Scotia. Lots of sunshine in your forecast as well. Breezy winds with gusts of up to 40. And for Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a chance of some scattered showers with a high of 14 in Labrador City. Lots of sunshine for St. John's, a high of 17. So over to our forecast timeline for Saturday. As I mentioned, sunny, dry conditions for much of the region. We're kind of in the stalled out ridge of high pressure over the next couple of days. So it's going to be quite a nice weekend to get out and explore your area. We do have a chance of some isolated showers for the northern region of New Brunswick into Saturday, seeing a chance of showers for parts of Newfoundland. And then in a forecast for Sunday, much of the same. Increasing cloudiness, though, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud for much of Atlantic Canada. We do have a chance of showers returning for parts of northern New Brunswick yet again. So that's a look at our weather forecast. Hope you have a great weekend. We're going to throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Health officials in Alberta are confirming the province's first measles death this year, a baby born prematurely. The infant, whose mother contracted measles during pregnancy, died shortly after birth. Children under 5, people with weakened immune systems, and those who are pregnant are at highest risk for measles infections. Health experts say measles cases have gone up as immunization rates have declined.
The measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine we've been using, again, for the better part of 30 plus years here. We know it's safe. We know it works.
Officials are now urging anyone planning on getting pregnant to obtain 2 measles vaccines before they conceive. Security is heightened at synagogues in Canada and around the world this morning after a horrific attack on a Jewish community in Manchester, England last night. Authorities say a man rammed his car into a crowd gathered for Yom Kippur, then attacked with a knife, killing 2 worshippers and at least injuring 4. CTV's Heather Wright has details.
Terror at a synagogue on the holiest day of the Jewish calendar. Police say a man wearing what appeared to be an explosive vest first drove a car into worshippers gathered outside a temple in Manchester, England, then got out of his car and attacked others with a knife. 2 people were killed, 4 others injured. The suspect, identified as 35-year-old Jihad Al-Shami, was shot and killed by police.
I've been shaken to the core, and I hope that we can come together and heal.
The attack has been deemed an act of terrorism and occurred in an area of Manchester home to many Orthodox Jews. It comes at a time of heightened fears in the Jewish community and rising anti-Semitism around the world. 3 other people have been arrested in connection, 2 men in their 30s and a woman in her 60s. They were taken into custody on suspicion of commission, preparation, and instigation of acts of terrorism.
I express my solidarity, but also my sadness that you still have to live with these fears. Nobody should have to do that. Nobody.
Security has been beefed up at synagogues around the world, including here in Canada. Toronto police announced last month they would increase patrols throughout the high holidays, as well as during the lead up to the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas attacks of October 7th.
Scary times, obviously, okay, and it's crazy. It's crazy. This cannot continue.
If you can always justify our murder, then it doesn't stop.
Today, Prime Minister Mark Carney called the Manchester synagogue attack an appalling anti-Semitic atrocity, vowing we will always protect the inalienable rights of Jewish communities to live their lives free from intimidation and threats of violence.
And despite the increased security, there is a fear within the Jewish community, a concern that what happened in England could happen here. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
International news, a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, the importance of playing outside as a senior. That interview coming up right after this.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Your morning just got a whole lot richer as we're giving away a staggering $20,000. It's time for today's code word. So today's code word is dollar. Head over to the contest page on ctvatlantic.ca, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. Enter dollar along with your information for a chance to win Your Morning Atlantic's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to watch us Monday, for a brand new code word. Now we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you, Latavia. It's 7:22. Now, I bet when you were a kid, your parents told you to get outside and play. Well, turns out they were onto something. Recent research has discovered many benefits to having fun outdoors at every age and stage of life, even seniors. Here to tell us more is Hilary Caldwell, a postdoctoral fellow with the Healthy Populations Institute at Dalhousie University and a board member with Outdoor Play Canada. Good morning, Hilary.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming in. So we're talking about play. Tell us about this new global study.
Yes, so our organization, Outdoor Play Canada, recently released the 2025 Global Statement on Active Outdoor Play. And what this is, it's a really timely call to action to remind us that we want to protect and preserve opportunities for active outdoor play, given that it's foundational to our health, learning, and sustainability. So our organization first released a position statement on active outdoor play in 2015, and that one really focused on encouraging opportunities for active outdoor play as they're foundational to healthy child development. Since then, in the last 10 years, the research in this area has really exploded, and we've broadened the scope that the new position statement focuses on the benefits of active outdoor play for everybody of all ages and using a bit more of a global focus.
Okay, so this position statement has come out because of all this research that proves that outdoor play is good for us.
Yes.
What is outdoor play?
So when we think of outdoor play and active outdoor play, we think about things where we're getting our bodies moving, and the part that makes it play is it's not too structured. So whereas exercise, we think of that maybe as a 30-minute run, a 60-minute bike ride, play's a bit more spontaneous. It's self-motivated, so you're deciding what you want to do. There's huge elements of that. It's fun and enjoyable, and you're just kind of trying to live in the moment and really enjoying that time that you're being active.
All right, visuals right now showing seniors outdoors.
Yes.
How can seniors play? I mean, we think of kids playing, but how do seniors play?
I think we can think of everybody playing and trying to kind of move away from thinking that playgrounds are for kids or playing in the sand is only for kids. A couple of years ago, it was in the winter, I was at Crystal Crescent Beach for a hike, and I saw this kid, and she came up with her bucket of beach toys, and in the winter in her snowsuit, sat down playing in the sand. And sometimes we think you can only do that in the summer, but you can do these things year-round, and trying to kind of take away the barriers that we see to it, and, you know, playing at the park. Active outdoor play generally brings people together, so it's really good for social connection for seniors or anyone, that they can get outside with their neighbors or community members or families and just think about, let's play, let's bring some toys, and try and enjoy what we're doing outside and not thinking too much about the structure or how long we're doing it, but that we're trying to live in that moment and really enjoy the time together.
I did a story a few years ago with a woman who was working with another woman, an older woman who had dementia. And they went outside, they went and sat on the swing. And it was amazing how when she was on the swing, it just lit her up.
Yeah.
It was clear that that was really helping her in her life and in her remembering. It was fascinating. That's just one example, so I can see that you're onto something.
Yeah, there's, you know, we know that active outdoor play is beneficial for everyone. When we play outdoors, we play longer, we spend less time on screens, and that leads to us sleeping better. But for older adults, we also know that it can increase their mobility, decrease the risk of falls, and increase that social connection, all which can kind of help them age healthier and put a bit less burden on our healthcare system.
All right, well, Hillary, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
And we put a link on our website to the website about the outdoor play position statement so you can find out more. We'll take a little break and head over now to we'll take a break. It's 7:26. We'll be back with more CTV Your Morning Atlantic right after this.
What is she going to encounter? Just ahead this half-hour, step inside something spooky. The folks from the Blue Nose Goats Festival in Dartmouth give Crystal a tour of their haunted house and much more. That's coming up on Your Morning Atlantic. What?
Come on in, halfway through the show on this Friday, October 3rd.
Welcome back to you. You made it out.
I made it. Okay, I faced my fears. I've always been scared to go in the haunted house. I've heard the one at Albany Landing is really good. Well, guess what? It is. I went in. It was awesome. For anybody who's thinking, should I do it or not, do it, because it's not scary. Like, there's nothing gory or disturbing. It's just good old-fashioned creepy.
Okay.
Jump scares, lots of surprises, and like theatrical Hollywood level quality. I was shocked. I wouldn't do it. I've never done it before, but now that I have had the chance to walk through, I will go back.
That's awesome.
Because they didn't have all the volunteers. They only had like a few volunteers because it was the morning. They were just kind of putting it on for us.
Right.
Tomorrow when they open up at like tomorrow evening when they open at Albany Landing, it'll be wild. Well worth your time and money.
Absolutely. There's
I've been
always.
before. It's quite scary. I've been in the day with Amanda, and I've been at night with my husband. So scary.
It's good
Fun,
though. It's quality. Like it's. I was impressed. Yeah.
It is. I have to admit, when I did it with Latavia, I didn't see much because I had my eyes.
She broke my back.
I broke her back. I had my eyes shut so tight the whole time, and I was just holding on her, and I hurt my neck from doing this.
Yeah. That was me too. You can see how hunchy I was. Like you don't know what's around the corner. But that's I guess that's the fun.
I feel like as I get older, I get scareder and scared of these kind of things.
Yeah.
Like even like rides,
heights.
It's like scarier and scarier to do them now. It's like I don't have that extra.
No, it was anyway. It was fun, and it looks like the weather this weekend is like a crisp fall. Perfect for that kind of thing.
Perfect for outdoor events this weekend. Here's a live look at Lockport. A bit of a cloudier start to the day. We are going to see lots of sunshine though, but a cool start to your day. So you're going to want to layer up, and layer up is the key for today because into the afternoon, above seasonal daytime highs for much of the region, so things will be warming up. But as of right now, heading outdoors in Fredericton, only 1 degree, 9 in Charlottetown, 7 degrees in Halifax, 6 in both Sydney and St. John's. We do have an air quality statement remaining in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties, as well as lots of sunshine remaining in our forecast today. Sunny, dry conditions for much of the region. We do have a chance of some scattered showers returning for parts of Labrador and a bit of precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. But because of the sunshine, still keeping in mind sun safety, the UV index remains moderate across all 3 maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking moderate across those provinces as well today. Wind out of the southwest this morning, 35 kilometers per hour North Cape, 19 in Grand Etang, and in Halifax, only 1 wind gust at this time, 28 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. I'll have a look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died in an accident near the Cobequid Health Center. This happened Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the area. It has since reopened. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police say a 19-year-old man has now passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another 19-year-old man. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out at the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. Childcare was the focus of a get-together at a public library in Halifax last night. Advocacy group Childcare Now Nova Scotia hosted what it called an event check-in, bringing together early childhood educators, parents, and community members to reflect on where childcare stands in Nova Scotia and where it needs to go. Organizers say affordable childcare needs to be a top priority for communities across the province.
We're really concerned that there are not enough spaces in the province for parents who need it. We're wanting to make sure that the province meets its deadline of a $10 a day fees for childcare, which they're supposed to reach by March 2026. They're supposed to also add spaces before then. And, you know, we're worried that we need to be making sure that the early childhood educators who are in the system, they're going to stay there, that we can really attract more, because without them, no spaces can happen.
The group advocates for a, quote, universal, comprehensive, publicly funded, high-quality, affordable, accessible, accountable, and not-for-profit early learning and childcare system in Nova Scotia. The difficult growing season is not only stressful for crops, it's also impacting the mental health of farmers.
I've seen very serious substance abuse, generational abuse issues. And it's this new generation where now we're comfortable to talk about how we're feeling.
Danielle Connell is a commercial sheep farmer and butcher. Between the financial pressures, workload, and weather, she says she feels the weight of the world on her shoulders. The New Brunswick Farmer Wellness Program is part of an effort to get more farmers talking about their mental health. It offers 4 free counseling services every year. There are 6 counselors across the province who have taken an agricultural awareness course so that they better understand the issues facing farmers. To prices at the pumps now, and you'll be paying more for diesel. Starting with gas prices in Nova Scotia, no change for gas. It rests at $1.40.7 a litre. Meantime, price of diesel increased by 4.3 cents. The minimum price, $1.55.5 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7. The minimum price now $1.48.5. And diesel increased by 4 cents. The minimum price $1.62.5 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price $1.53 a litre. And a big jump for diesel, it increased by 9.7 cents. The maximum price now $1.68 a litre for diesel in New Brunswick. It is Christmas in October for Venezuela. And you thought the stores were early. Thousands gathered in the capital to kick off the Christmas season. Venezuela has kicked off its holiday season in October. They've been doing this since 2013. And their current president sees it as a way to boost morale and economic activity.
Well, I mean, I'm excited to get into the Christmas season, but come on, October? Early October?
I mean, look at them. It's bringing joy to their face. They are ready to go.
Look at them.
I know we talk about this every year. It seems like every year, especially in the past few years, especially in retail stores, we're seeing seasonal items come out earlier and earlier. And now in September, we are starting to see Christmas items. But I mean,
no, that's too early.
Yeah, for us, we can't decorate in our home until after November 11th.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, that's kind of the rule around here, too. That's a good one. Yeah, you're right. November 11th is kind of unofficial, but the stores get going earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But not October early. No.
It's wild.
It might be that one aisle in the dollar store, but
Customers must be buying because it's happening.
Exactly.
All right, still ahead. We're going to bring you the latest edition of the Garden Guide, still happening. That's a little bit later this half hour. But first, the countdown is on to the Alderney Landings Blue Nose Ghost Festival. Crystal heads down to downtown Dartmouth to check it all out. That's coming up.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:42, taking a live look at a very sunny start to the day over in Bacquarel Point. 9 degrees, though, as you head outdoors this morning. Quite cool across the region. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. Layers are key, as we're going to see above seasonal daytime highs headed our way a little bit later on. But as of right now, -3 degrees in Edmundston, 1 in Fredericton. 9 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 7 early this morning in Halifax, 6 in Sydney and in St. John's, 9 degrees over in Labrador City. An air quality statement remains in effect for Kings and Lunenburg counties. We are seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke. And lots of sunshine remains in our forecast. Sunny, dry conditions still under this stalled out ridge of high pressure. We are going to see a chance of some showers return for parts of Labrador, around a 60% chance of it happening, and parts of Newfoundland also seeing a bit of wet weather. But other than that, it's going to remain sunny as we head towards our early evening hours tonight. Pretty clear skies, only a few clouds return for parts of New Brunswick. Other than that, pretty clear skies into early Saturday morning. We are going to see another sunny, above seasonal day ahead for the weekend, and only a bit of precipitation returning for parts of northern New Brunswick. So for our forecast today, lots of sunshine across New Brunswick, wind picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40, with highs between 18 to 23 degrees. A high of 19 degrees across Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine throughout your day today as well. And same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, highs between 17 to 19 degrees, sunny skies, wind gusts up to 40. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, high of 19 degrees and seeing sunny, dry conditions throughout the day as well. For Newfoundland and Labrador, looking at a high of 14 degrees for Labrador City today, scattered showers throughout the day, and sunshine for St. John's, a high of 17. Saturday's forecast, as I had mentioned, sunny, dry conditions for much of the region, seeing a chance of some scattered showers for the northern region of New Brunswick. Parts of Newfoundland could see some precipitation as well. And then into Sunday's forecast, another sunny, above seasonal day ahead. We are going to see increasing cloudiness, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud for much of the region, and seeing a chance of showers return for parts of northern New Brunswick as well. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now let's get spooky and head over to Alderney Landing with Crystal.
Hi, I'm Bea McGregor. I'm the CEO of Alderney Landing, and we're here at the Blue Nose Ghost Festival. Crystal!
Oh, hello! You caught me having a nap. Oh my gosh, I love the Blue Nose Ghost Festival, Bea. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thanks for coming.
You can really get into it at this place. This is actually a ride people can participate in.
Absolutely. It's a simulated casket ride, and it's actually pretty cool. If you're not claustrophobic, I totally recommend doing this.
Okay.
It's fun and it tells you a really great story.
Well, this is the whole thing. It's all about ghost stories because we have, of course, Helen Creighton and such a history of ghost stories in our region.
Yes, so it's all loosely based on the Blue Nose Ghosts, which is Helen Creighton, and she's an icon that we've had here, and this is part of the celebrating the cultural diversity that we have at Alderney Landing.
So fantastic. Okay, let's hop. I'm gonna get out of this casket.
Yes.
We're gonna go check out some of the other. This is just so much to do here. We got to get into it. All right, now we're outside. This is where the real magic happens, in front of this year's haunted house. I love the creepy carnival theme, Bea.
Yeah, it's amazing, and they all light up, and we have extra special lighting effects everywhere.
Inside the haunted house, we're going to check it out in a second, but it's super scary, very high end. How do you pull it off every year?
Mike and Randy, totally. They are East Coast Scares, and they're brilliant. Every year they deliver a better product, and this year it's terrifying.
I can't wait to check it out. Okay, and that's just one of the things. There's the haunted house. All right, there's a brand new escape room this year.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. It's a game show host, and so I highly recommend that, and it's only $5.
$5, you get to have fun. It's a fun experience, and then there's the casket ride. That's also $5. There are the actual readings with actual mediums, which I've tried it. It's really fun.
They're excellent. And this year we have 3 different people. And there's a calendar up on our website so you can check it out. You can come repeatedly, and it's only $10. It's just a phenomenal deal.
It's a great deal. Okay, so the great thing is all the money you spend here actually helps the community. Talk about how the money raised here helps Elderly Landing.
So it goes towards all of our programming, which we deliver over 700 events a year.
Wow.
And many of those are free, such as our Fire and Water Festival that's coming up. And we're really looking forward to delivering that October the 17th and 18th.
It's a great, if you have not been to the Fire and Water Festival, I'd say it's a hidden gem. It gets bigger every year, but the actual shows, there's fire, there's pyrotechnics, it's incredible.
And it has an amazing vibe.
Yes.
Where it's about cultural diversity, learning, and it's a fantastic experience and a good opportunity for free activities.
It's free, and then of course it dovetails with Nocturne this year, which makes it great timing.
Yes.
Weekends, you've got the farmers market activities.
Yeah, so pumpkin food and folklore. You can take the family down and get pumpkins, and we have phenomenal vendors that we have from the valley and across the Nova Scotia that come. We're up to this time of year about 100 vendors.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so the haunted house is the big popular thing. It'll be lined up way the heck down the way, but the lineups do move quickly, so I wouldn't, that would not turn me off if I showed up.
No, definitely not. And there's other things that you can do while you're waiting in line too, if you're with some people. And there's also entertainment, and we have our media wall, and excellent timing through. So it's never that long that you're waiting, but in the experience that you have, you'll want to come again.
Yeah, and different volunteers work all the time so that you get a different scare every time they come. Okay, so we have posted on our website the dates, but basically it starts
Saturday.
Yeah, starts Saturday, it runs right through to Halloween, so it's every weekend until the end, and then for the 22nd, it's happening every night.
Absolutely.
Till the big night.
Till the big night, the 31st.
Steve, you've outdone yourself.
I'm just happy to report that Crystal made it out alive. Wow. All right, that is scary. Thanks, Crystal. Health and medical news now. There is a fresh study out just in time for Breast Cancer Awareness Month that points to the importance of early detection. It is one of the topics in Your Health. It finds women who miss their first screening appointment for breast cancer could have a 40% higher long-term risk of dying from the disease. The study involved more than 400,000 women in Sweden who were monitored for up to 25 years. The research was published in the journal BMJ. According to the Canadian Cancer Society, it's estimated that about 1 in 8 Canadian women will develop breast cancer during their lifetime, and 1 in 36 will die from it. Breast cancer is one of the most common cancers among Canadian women. It's also the second leading cause of cancer deaths. In the Maritimes, people with no symptoms of breast cancer or personal history of breast cancer can begin routine mammograms at age 40. Physical activity could reduce depression and anxiety symptoms in children and adolescents. A JAMA pediatric study found that exercise holds promise to significantly improve young people's mental health. This means fewer depression and anxiety symptoms, more self-confidence, and better social interactions. Physical activity like playing on a sports team or running around a playground could be an alternative or make other treatments like medication and therapy more effective. Finally, the idea of meditating can be intimidating, but experts say there are ways to bring short, inconspicuous sessions into the workday. Practitioners say meditating before or at work helps them maintain focus, sit still, and reduce stress. Mini meditations could look like decompressing in the car with long, slow, deep breaths before getting out the door. While repeating that process, consider setting a positive intention or goal for the day. Visualization is another technique that experienced meditators use. For example, picture yourself succeeding at the challenges you'll encounter that day. Do a mental scan of your body and think about relaxing the muscles of any spots where there's tension. Another discreet meditation technique is breathing deeply and joining your pointer finger to your thumb to form a circle. Experts say even 1 minute is still enough time for a quick reset.
Now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones on Saturday. It's a 50th anniversary for Miles and Valerie Ross of Grand Bay Westfield, New Brunswick.
Looking fantastic, you two. Happy 50th anniversary. And it's also a 50th anniversary for Leona and Craig Millett of Coldbrook, Nova Scotia. We love a good then photo, and this is a good then photo.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. It's also a 50th anniversary for Charles and Linda Tortola of Dartmouth.
Great then and now. Love that. The headpiece.
Right?
Linda. Nice choice.
Beautiful.
It's a 50th anniversary for Charles and Margaret Shand of Shelburne, Nova Scotia. Great memories here. What a gorgeous photo.
Gorgeous. And happy anniversary. Well, to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
And it is 7:53. Time to check in with our friends at Halifax Seed for this week's Garden Guide.
Welcome back to CTV News at 5. Can you believe it? It is the final edition of the Fall Garden Guide.
It's wild.
Wow.
It went so fast.
It really did, and there's been so much to talk about over the fall. We talked about the drought. We've talked about the Japanese beetles, and today we're talking about...
We are talking about fall bulbs. This is one of my favorite times of year. A little bit of work you're going to do now that you are going to reap the rewards of in the spring. Bulbs are traditionally one of the first pops of colors you get in the garden, and they are so easy to plant. So when choosing bulbs, a couple things to keep in mind. Deer love tulips. If you have a deer problem, if you have a garden that deer can frequent, stay away from tulips, but there are there's other varieties.
Absolutely.
So look for things like fritillaria or daffodils. All beautiful, but just kind of keep that in mind when you're choosing your bulbs. Also keep a lookout for the time of the spring that they're going to bloom and also the height. So you can kind of plan your garden to have season-long color throughout the entire season. And it's so easy to plant. Get a little bit of bone meal, dig a hole, drop them in, you are done.
That's it.
So it's so easy. Yeah. Absolutely. So we do need that winter and the cooling off period in order for them to get some energy and start to bloom, but that is really easy. And then the final thing I do in my garden is plant garlic.
Yes.
Homemade grown garlic is always the best. Check out how large that garlic bulb is.
Humongous.
So this is a wonderful variety of garlic. When you plant garlic, all of these individual cloves, you snap them apart, plant them in your vegetable bed. I always recommend covering them up with a little bit of hay or some sort of mulch. Some straw is probably going to be the best thing, and then you're set for the winter.
That's it. And how deep are you going to put them in?
Garlic you're going to put 2 to 3 inches deep. Bulbs are all going to be different because the size of bulbs are very different. So always check the plant label, and it's normally on the box. So that's going to vary.
How about watering and that kind of thing? Do you just set it and forget it?
So this year especially, there probably is a little bit less moisture in the soil. You can always give a quick watering in. But for the most part, the bulbs get what they need over the course of the season through the winter.
Absolutely. And last question, is there anywhere in particular that you should be looking for? Like, what's the best place to plant them in your yard?
you could really plant them anywhere. They don't need as much sunlight as, say, your traditional annuals or perennials would. You know, something really tall, you're going to want a little bit more space and more of a border. But, you know, things like crocus that are super short and they're going to pop up really early in the season, you know, plant them around the base of a tree or...
Plant them where you want to see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Emily, it's always so nice to see you. I can't believe this is the last one for the season. We'll see you in the spring, though.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to see Emily yourself, come on down to Halifax Seed. Have a great winter.
You too.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Friday, October 3rd. Still ahead on Your Morning Atlantic. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And charge into fire safety. That's the theme of this year's Fire Prevention Week. We'll get some tips from our partners at Kidda, including a helpful app. That's coming up.
We've now entered the 8 o'clock hour of your Friday morning, October 3rd, Mean Girls Day. You know the pop culture reference to 2004, and also happy day to all the Swifties who stayed up late to listen to the new album.
2004.
2004 is when Mean Girls came out.
This is wild.
I know. What a time. What a time to be alive. But yes, thank you so much for joining us now for the show.
So happy you're here. Oh my gosh, so much to talk about. We've got the fire safety coming up.
Yes.
We actually had to use the fire extinguisher last week. We
At
had
your
a little
house?
grease fire in the barbecue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to get that. We had to go buy a new one because we opened it up. It saved the day because the flames just went out of control. They were starting to go up, and neighbors started running out of their houses like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like it was serious business. So we were really happy we had the fire extinguisher.
Well, thankfully, yeah, you had the fire extinguisher and you guys were okay.
Sure. This is the thing about fire safety. You've got to be prepared because you don't know when it's going to happen, and things can escalate very quickly.
Oh, yeah. Good thing you were ready to go. I had to change. I started getting the beep, beep of the fire alarm dying. So I was by myself changing it, but it's also connected to our security system in our house.
Good.
Good. But I couldn't get it back on, so I got a call from our security saying, someone's messing around with your fire alarm. And I said, it's just me trying to fix the batteries. Please stay on the line until it's fixed so you don't get a notification again that I am terrible at doing this.
We had that in our old house. It was some wired-in thing, and there was this big speaker on the outside, kind of like the 50s when there'd be like an air raid. And of course, I was setting it off constantly, like burning something on the stove, and be like, "Hello, all the neighbors. There's a fire." It would be so embarrassing that you have to call the security company. Oh my gosh, I'm glad we moved.
Oh my. Okay. You know what my brother-in-law calls that? He calls it the Debison dinner bell.
Oh, the Debison dinner bell.
The smoke alarm is going off.
100%.
Oh.
Anyway, so that is that.
Yes.
Let's move on.
We're going to talk about the crisp conditions early this morning, taking a live look at Clark's Harbor. A beautiful looking start to your day, though. Lots of sunshine early this morning. It is breezy. Keep that in mind as well for parts of the region. Temperatures will warm up a little bit later on, but as of right now, only 1 degree in Fredericton, 9 in Charlottetown, 7 degrees in Halifax, 6 heading outdoors in Sydney and St. John's. Air quality statement remains in effect today for Kings and Lunenburg counties. Something to keep in mind if you are in that community today. Also, into our satellite and radar, we do have a bit of precipitation in the forecast, a chance of some showers for parts of Labrador, parts of Newfoundland, but other than that, seeing lots of sunshine and dry conditions in our forecast today. Because of that, still talking about sun safety, the UV index remains moderate across all 3 maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, also tracking moderate throughout your day. Wind out of the southwest for the maritime region today. As of right now, 35 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 19 in Grand Etang, and in Halifax, 17 in Lunenburg. 1 wind gust to notify you of at this time, 28 kilometers per hour in Grand Etang. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast, but first, another look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 8:04. A 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the area. It has since reopened. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police now say a 19-year-old man has passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another 19-year-old man. A man is dead following an ATV crash in Nova Scotia's Annapolis County. This happened on Tuesday around 11 p.m. on Highway 101 in Deep Brook. Police found an abandoned ATV on the east side of the Bear River Bridge. A drone located the man's body. The 38-year-old from Cornwallis Park was pronounced dead at the scene. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out at the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. 5 months ago, Lily and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their rural Pictou County home. There has been widespread speculation, but little real evidence about their whereabouts or what happened.
I think the RCMP is throwing a lot of experts and a lot of resources at it. In the meantime, it certainly doesn't look good for these poor children, but at some point I'm sure we'll know what happened in some way or another.
Police tell CTV News they expect to provide an update next week, including the work of the cadaver dogs who were brought in from elsewhere in Canada. First responders and hazmat teams rushed to an elementary school in Moncton yesterday after the discovery of a suspicious substance that turned out to be something relatively minor.
A sodium bicarbonate, which is basically baking soda. It's for like a diaper genie, like somebody would have in their own home for wet diapers or dirty diapers. It's got a little bit of a perfume to it, but we had no way of knowing that.
A woman in the office of Evergreen Park inhaled an amount of white powder and had extreme difficulty breathing. She was hospitalized but is doing well. A total of 10 people were exposed to what at the time was an unknown substance inside a package previously ordered. The baking soda prompted a hold and secure inside the school and a massive deployment outside of it. Classes continued as normal after the lunch hour. To prices at the pumps now, and you will be paying more if you're filling up with diesel. Starting with Nova Scotia Zone 1, the price of gas rests at $1.40.7 a litre, no change in the price overnight. Meantime, the price of diesel in Nova Scotia increased by 4.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.55.5 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7. The minimum price $1.48.5. And diesel on the island increased by 4 cents. The minimum price $1.62.5 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price $1.53 a litre. And quite the jump for diesel. It increased by nearly 10 cents. 9.7 cents. The maximum price $1.68 a litre. Believe it or not, it's been 75 years, and Charlie Brown is still getting fooled by Lucy pulling the football away.
I'm gonna kick the habit. This is the end of all my faults.
Classic. Peanuts, the comic strip by Charles Schulz, is 75 years young. Whoa. It was first published on October 2nd, 1950. By the mid-60s, it had millions of daily readers. One of the most popular comic strips in the world, Snoopy and the Gang, has been translated into more than 20 languages in 75 countries and has been made into dozens of TV specials.
Wow. Talk about shows you watched as a kid. Love the Christmas special where Linus wraps the blanket around a little tree.
Oh, yes. Well, what about The Great Pumpkin?
Yes. Oh, yeah, The Great Pumpkin.
Classic.
That's a classic one. Yeah, that's our Move Morning Chat this morning. You can send us a text at 10400. What is a TV show you watched all the time as a kid? We've already been collecting some answers, and we'll share them later on in the show.
Okay, file this next story under you did not expect me to do this, okay? Okay. All right, this extremely strong man is hoping he's just pulled himself into the record books. His name is Ashraf Marous. He's pulled a 700-ton ship across the Red Sea with a rope using his teeth.
What?
Yes. He then escalated things by pulling 2 ships weighing about 1,150 tons altogether. Again, this is with his teeth. His efforts were recorded. They've been sent off to Guinness World Records for hopes of getting the new title. The last record was 614 tons. That was the ship set in 618. There he is training. So we have a lot of water around here. If this looks like something, you've got really great set of teeth and you want to break a record, well, there you go.
Must
Put
be
this
some
on the
fake
bucket
teeth,
list.
man.
No, that's his real teeth.
Whoa.
I know. You're not supposed to use your teeth as tools, so dentists around here are just shuddering watching this.
That's his real teeth.
Maybe they're excited. They're like, yes, come on into my office.
Exactly.
It's funny, when we first saw the video and he was pulling, I thought maybe it was like a tack.
Even that would be hard. His arms,
I can't
using
believe
his
this
whole
was
body.
already a record.
I know, the things.
Yeah, right?
Anyway, you did not see that coming.
Well, it's Friday, so you're going to see this coming. Our friend Katie Kelly, she's here with your local entertainment headlines, and also after the break, cause for alarm. Our partners at Kidda will tell us about their fire safety education program that also features an impressive tech-forward tool. That's coming up after your local weather and national headlines.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:13, taking a live look at a very sunny start to your day over in Ganesh. Currently 10 degrees in your area, so temperatures are slowly rising this morning, but it is quite cool starting off your day, so something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. Above seasonal daytime highs headed our way, though, so you may want to layer up before heading out today. 9 degrees in starting off your day in Labrador City, 8 into St. John's. Only 1 degree heading outdoors this morning in Fredericton, with 10 in Charlottetown, 8 degrees in both Halifax and Sydney. Over to the air quality statement that remains in effect today for Kings and Lunenburg counties. We are seeing that reduction in local air quality, so keep that in mind if you are in those communities today. Over to our forecast timeline, we do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, looking at around a 60% chance of it happening, rather. And for the rest of the region, lots of sunshine, sunny, dry conditions, and above seasonal daytime highs for much of the region as well. Taking us into the overnight hours tonight is going to feel quite cool yet again. We're only going to see a few clouds return for parts of the Maritime region, taking us into early Saturday morning. We do have another sunny, dry day ahead. Above seasonal daytime highs headed our way. It's going to be a lovely weekend to get out and explore your area. So for forecast today for New Brunswick, highs will range from 18 to 23 degrees, being the warmest into Bathurst. Wind will be picking up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, a high of 19 degrees today. Lots of sunshine in your area. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, looking at highs between 17 to 19 degrees and sunny skies sticking around throughout the day. And that goes for the rest of Nova Scotia with a high of 19. Wind also going to be breezy out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. For Newfoundland and Labrador, we do have a bit of precipitation in the forecast, looking at some scattered showers throughout the day. A high of 14 degrees over in Labrador City, 17 for St. John's. Lots of sunshine for you today as well. For Saturday's forecast, as I had mentioned, lots of sunshine, above seasonal daytime highs headed our way. Increasing cloudiness for parts of the region, still being left with a mix of sun and cloud. We do have a chance of isolated showers returning for parts of northern New Brunswick, a chance of showers for parts of Newfoundland. And then our forecast for Sunday, much of the same expected. Another warm up, sunshine remaining in our forecast. Another chance of showers returns for northern New Brunswick. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 8:15. Health officials in Alberta are confirming the province's first measles death this year, a baby born prematurely. The infant, whose mother contracted measles during pregnancy, died shortly after birth. Children under 5, people with weakened immune systems, and those who are pregnant are at highest risk for measles infections. Health experts say measles cases have gone up as immunization rates have declined.
Measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine we've been using, again, for the better part of 30-plus years here. We know it's safe. We know it works.
Officials are now urging anyone planning on getting pregnant to obtain 2 measles vaccines before they conceive. Time now to meet a Newfoundland man whose journey in life hasn't only been about reaching his destination, it's also been about making a difference along the way. CTV's Garrett Barry meets a pilot who's landed his way into the record books.
This pair have been a lot of places over the past month.
Sunday, we only have, I think, an hour and a half flight to...
But this layover is a record setter. After their 10-hour flight yesterday from the Azores in Portugal to St. John's, Ed Galkin and his team believe he's become the oldest aviator to cross the Atlantic in a single-engine airplane, a 1976 Cessna.
We don't find it boring. I'm up there, I look around, I look down, and I say, boy, it's great being up here. It's a big ocean, and a lot of problems that you think you have, you really don't have it.
It's not just for the history books. This journey is a fundraiser for the Rotary Club's work in taking on polio around the world, the second one in a series that's already raised millions for the cause.
We've seen the greatness of Rotary and all these other organizations united together to end polio. So we don't have hope. More importantly, we believe we are seeing the end of polio.
Their friendship is a new one. These men spent just a few hours on the phone and meeting before setting off on this 5-week trip together in one of the smallest airplanes you'll ever find.
We definitely didn't have too much difficulty handling each other.
We've never been at a loss of words about what to talk about or tell jokes about. And sometimes I get irritable and sometimes he gets irritable. And usually within minutes, we're off talking about something else.
It's Ed's second world record. He's also believed to be the oldest to navigate the globe in a single-engine aircraft.
Well, I guess I'm number one.
He says if conflict and unrest subsides around the world, he might consider an around-the-world journey one more time. Garrett Barry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett. Finally, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you might need an extra cup of coffee this morning.
I heard you calling on the megaphone. You want to see me all alone.
Taylor Swift's highly anticipated 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, dropped at midnight. That was the lyric video for The Fate of Ophelia. Many Swifties, they held overnight listening parties for the new album. The singer put it together while on her recent Eras tour. Fans can stream it, purchase it on vinyl, and even on cassette tape. And we're glad you're watching good old cable. We're going to take a break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have another keyword for a 20K giveaway. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
We're giving away a staggering $20,000. It's time for today's code word. Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand. The possibilities are endless. Today's code word is dollar. Head over to our contest page on ctvatlantic.ca. You can scan the QR code on your screen. Enter dollar along with your information for a chance to win Your Morning Atlantic's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to watch us on Monday for a brand new code word. Good luck. All right, now we're going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thanks, Latavia. It's 8:23, and guess what? October 5th to 11th is Fire Prevention Week, and the National Fire Protection Association's theme this year is Charge into Fire Safety, and the focus is on educating people about the use of lithium-ion batteries in the home. Here to tell us more about Fire Safety Week and share some tips that can help keep you and your loved ones safe is our fire safety educator, Nicholas Caldereri, with our partners at Kidda. Good morning, Nicholas.
Thanks for having me.
I love talking about fire safety, genuinely interested in it. So important to be ready. I was just telling our audience, we had a little greased fire last week. I had my fire extinguisher ready to go, and I was glad I did because it turned into nothing, but it could have been a disaster.
Yeah, it could have been a disaster, and it's really important that people are aware of some critical fire safety tips that can help prevent a fire in the case of a fire.
For sure. Okay, so let's talk about the theme this week, Fire Safety Week.
Yeah, well, it's around lithium-ion batteries, and that includes a lot of different things. It could be phones, tablets, e-bikes, and power tools. So you want to make sure you're charging your device correctly. You want to make sure you're disposing of your batteries correctly as well.
Okay, yeah, now, just do a quick point about charging devices correctly. You don't put it on a bed, for example, when you're charging.
Right, exactly. And you only want to be using certified products from a reputable brand.
Okay, perfect, yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit more about fire safety tips. For example, you've got some, they're called fire alarms, right? Smoke alarms?
Smoke alarms.
Smoke alarms,
yes.
Okay. They're not called smoke detectors anymore. They're called smoke alarms. How can we ensure that the ones we have in our home are actually going to protect us in the case of a fire?
Well, you want to make sure you're testing your alarm, and a great thing to do is to hold this test button until you hear a beeping sound. We won't do it here today because it is very loud.
It is a loud, shrill noise for sure, but then you know that's all you have to do is test them.
Yeah, exactly.
What about, here's the thing that people may not realize, these units expire.
Yes, they do. Usually every 7 to 10 years, so you want to check the date on the back of the alarm to ensure it's not expired.
Okay, and this one you can see expired last year. See how it's yellowed? So you can even just a visual check of the color of the smoke detector and usually be an indication that it needs to be replaced, I've heard.
Yes, exactly it.
All right, let's talk about, you've got some new smoke alarms, and they don't even need to test or change the batteries.
Yeah.
Or at least you might want to test them, but you don't have to change the batteries.
Right, exactly. There's a 10-year sealed-in battery, so you don't have to worry about changing those batteries throughout the year. It's much more convenient. And we also have a 2-in-1 option for extra safeness, which is a combo and a carbon monoxide and smoke alarm.
Perfect. And they would purchase this, you put it up in your home, and then I'm just going to stick it there so we can get an overhead shot of these puppies. The combo, it's just as effective as a smoke alarm.
Just as effective and gives you that extra protection with the carbon monoxide.
If the carbon monoxide is at a high risky level in your home, will an alarm go off just like a smoke alarm, like that same kind of sound?
Yeah, it'll be a similar sound, and you'll definitely be alerted. It'll be loud.
All right, perfect. Let's talk a little bit more about this app you have that families can use. I think this is a really great idea.
Yeah, it's part of our Cause for Alarm program, which is a fire safety education program that gives free tools and resources, and part of that is this new augmented reality tool, which is a fire drill simulator. So it simulates what a fire would look like in your house. It's interactive. You can move your phone around, and it shows you different hot spots to be aware about, and also how to practice a fire escape plan against a 2-minute countdown. So it's a gamified learning experience to teach you fire safety tips in a digital way.
Perfect, and the whole family could do this together, which is a great idea, so everybody knows the plan in case of an emergency.
Yes, that's exactly right. A great family activity.
Well, we have put a link to the Cause for Alarm website ours to make it easy for you to find. And really quickly before we go, there's lots of events in our community, but one tomorrow in Halifax.
Yes, at 368 Lacewood Drive at the Home Depot from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you show us a picture of your old alarm, we'll give you a new Kidda Detect alarm. So you definitely want to check that out. And the Halifax Fire Department will be there as well with some fun activities for kids, some giveaways. So you definitely want to come check it out.
Perfect. Thanks, Nicholas.
Thank you.
And Latavia, before you do the 3-day, you got to get the boys ready to go get a little plastic fire hat tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, so cute, Crystal. Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick. We're going to see lots of sunshine as we enter into the weekend. Temperatures will be warming up. We do have a chance of some scattered showers returning on Saturday for the northern region of New Brunswick. Other than that, sunshine continues on Sunday. For Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine as well. Today, looking at a high of 19 degrees with 22 on Saturday, and increasing cloudiness on Sunday, a high of 20. Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today with a high of 19, 18 degrees on Saturday. Sunshine sticking around on Sunday, cooling down a bit though, 15 degrees.
Matt Anderson, what can't he do? All right, still ahead this morning. Katie Kelly's here with your local entertainment news. That's coming up in 15 minutes on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:30. Still have lots remaining on the show, even though we only have about half an hour left.
Yeah. Time flies. We're having fun.
It is.
Absolutely.
Always good time, too, with Matt Anderson. He's amazing to hear on record, but if you have not heard that man perform live, it fills your soul. Like, his voice is so powerful. I'm a Matt Anderson fan.
Yeah, big voice, nice guy.
Very talented.
Oh, and
Gentle
nice
as a
guy.
lamb.
Yep, from New Brunswick, incredible singer-songwriter. Oh gosh, so looking forward to having Katie here with the latest entertainment news.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be a lovely weekend, so you can head out and enjoy so many events in our region. But it is a cool start to the day early this morning, so something to keep in mind. Here's a live look at Masstown, as you can see here. A beautiful sunny start to your day, but although quite cool. Look at that tree, Crystal. Right? Gorgeous. The scones, eh? All right, well, if you are heading out today, make sure to layer up before heading outdoors. 1 degree right now in Fredericton, 10 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 8 in Halifax and Sydney, as well as St. John's, 9 degrees over in Labrador City. An air quality statement remains in effect today for both Kings and Lunenburg counties. Over to our satellite and radar, a bit of precipitation for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador today, but other than that, lots of sunshine remains in our forecast for much of Atlantic Canada. So because of that, talking about the UV index, it remains moderate for all 3 maritime provinces. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, also going to be moderate throughout your day today. Wind out of the southwest for the maritime region as of right now, 37 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 22 in Grand Etang, with 17 in Halifax, 15 in Sydney and Canso. No wind gusts at this time, and we'll have one last look at your long-range forecast. But first, another look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A 57-year-old man from Lower Sackville has died following an accident near the Cobequid Health Center Wednesday night. Police say the victim was alone in a Mitsubishi RVR when the vehicle left the road on Freer Lane and crashed into a ditch. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The road was closed for several hours as investigators examined the area. It has since reopened. A second person has now died after a late-night accident in Dartmouth 1 week ago. Last Friday, police were called after a vehicle struck a tree on School Street. 3 people had to be cut from the wreckage. A 19-year-old woman died at the scene, and police say a 19-year-old man has now passed away from his injuries. No word on the condition of the driver, another man who is 19 years old. After 3 weeks on the picket line, a small group of childcare workers in Cape Breton have won their first collective agreement. The 23 women ratified the deal yesterday, securing 40-hour work weeks and other benefits. Workers walked out of the Sydney Mines Daycare Centre on September 8th. The 3-year deal includes additional vacation time, paid education leave, a women's advocate, and more sick days. Unifor President Lana Payne calls it the power of a union in action. Workers are expected back on the job on Monday. New Canadian research is unveiling a promising new treatment option for millions of people affected by Crohn's disease and other related conditions. The discovery is also a global first for artificial intelligence. For more on this, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, researchers are unveiling this new treatment option and other related conditions. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Amanda. Really some promising medical news. As you mentioned, researchers at McMaster University in Ontario and MIT have made 2 scientific breakthroughs at once. They not only discovered a brand new antibiotic that targets inflammatory bowel diseases, but also successfully used a new type of AI to predict exactly how the drug works. And so first, let's focus on the diseases. Inflammatory bowel diseases, IBD, the most common being Crohn's and colitis. And in Canada, it has one of the highest rates of Crohn's and colitis in the world, so the stakes are high. So that's what brings us to the first breakthrough, the brand new antibiotic. Most antibiotics used in clinics are broad-spectrum drugs, meaning they wipe out good bacteria in addition to those that cause disease. But the new antibiotic discovered at McMaster is a narrow-spectrum drug, meaning it attacks only a specific group of disease-causing bugs. According to researchers, the new drug is a really promising treatment candidate that ultimately could help alleviate symptoms and provide a much higher quality of life for so many people suffering here in Canada and around the world, Amanda.
Oh, that is so cool. So AI playing a part in this research too. What does this mean for researchers?
Yeah, we can kind of explain the AI portion of this as well. Researchers say the development of the new drug has been fast-tracked thanks to the collaboration of humans and generative artificial intelligence. Now, drug developers often spend a significant amount of time, years and millions of dollars, trying to figure out a new drug's mechanism of action, or MOA, or how it kills bacteria. Now, as the principal investigator pointed out in this case, thanks to AI, this group completed a thorough MOA study in just 6 months at just $60,000. So this could prove to be quite a leap in medical research, and if all goes well, the new drug could be ready for human trials within 3 years. Now, to be fair, Amanda, this is my breakdown to put it in layman's terms, but it is a promising development that, of course, could impact several 100,000 Canadians and ultimately millions of people around the world.
Wow, and Canadian research too. Scott, thank you so much for breaking it down for us.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV Scott Hurst reporting live from our national newsroom in Toronto. And let's end now with prices at the pumps. You'll be paying more for diesel. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, price of gas rests at $1.40.7, no change in Nova Scotia. However, price of diesel, it increased by 4.3 cents. The minimum price now $1.55.5 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas fell by 1.7. The minimum price now $1.48.5. Diesel increased by 4 cents. The minimum price $1.62.5 a liter. Finally, in New Brunswick, gas increased by 2.6 cents. The maximum price now $1.53 a liter. Now, this is the biggest increase. It's quite a big jump for diesel in New Brunswick. It increased by 9.7 cents. The maximum price now $1.68 a liter. And that is your last look at your local news headlines on this Friday morning. Of course, for news throughout the day, you can go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca or ctvnews.ca.
I love the gas price roundup. Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome. Many people do.
It's a useful tool.
It is.
All right, this might be useful too if you love the music of Linda Ronstadt. This show will make you feel like you've been taken back to the 70s. You will be loved by the crowd that's also loving Linda Ronstadt at the show that honors the music and career of the Queen of Rock. It's a live musical tribute that takes you through dozens of songs and stories of her 5-decade career. Performer Karen Coughlin, who's originally from the Maritimes, performs as Linda Ronstadt, and a portion of proceeds from every show goes to Parkinson Canada. The Linda Ronstadt Show runs next Monday to Thursday in various locations in Nova Scotia before heading to New Brunswick at the Riverview Arts Centre October 10th and the Harbourfront Theatre in Summerside on Saturday, October 11th. Check it out.
What a voice.
What a it's great music. Every song is a mood. It's a vibe.
Some fun stuff too, some nostalgia. And coming up at the end of the show too, we're going to be sharing some of your favorite TV shows that you had as a kid.
Perfect.
Yes, and speaking of events taking place in our region, we'll take a look at your community calendar. The Fall Pumpkin Festival has returned to Edmundston once again. From today until Sunday, October 5th, you can head over to New Brunswick's Botanical Garden to enjoy a glowing scenery lit up by thousands of pumpkins. Enjoy live music, entertainment, tasty dishes and beverages. For additional details, head over to tourismnewbrunswick.ca. And Charlottetown's beloved fall tradition returns this upcoming weekend. Head downtown Sunday, October 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. to enjoy Farm Day in the city. 150 vendors apparently will be featured along with music, food, and family fun. To learn more, head over to the website on your screen. And author Katie Ingram, who was on our show yesterday, will be hosting a book release event in Halifax for her new book, The Undesirables, A History of Rockhead Prison. The event will take place at the University of King's College Saturday, October 3rd from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. For additional details, head over to the website. And if you do have an upcoming event, please send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca. All right, well, time now is 8:40. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The time now is 8:43, taking a live look at Lunenburg. Beautiful start to your day, although a bit cooler. As of right now, 9 degrees heading outdoors. Keep that in mind when you are heading out early this morning, but we will be seeing above seasonal daytime highs headed your way a little bit later on. As of right now, also 9 degrees heading outdoors in Labrador City, 8 degrees over in St. John's, 1 currently in Fredericton, 10 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown with 8 in Halifax and Sydney. We do still have an air quality statement that remains in effect for both Kings and Lunenburg counties. Still seeing that reduction in local air quality due to wildfire smoke, so something to keep in mind if you are headed out in that community today. Over to our forecast timeline. Not really much to show you early this morning. We do have a bit of precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, looking around a 60% chance of it happening. Other than that, lots of sunshine. Dry conditions remain in our forecast with above seasonal daytime highs as this ridge of high pressure kind of stalls out across the region over the next couple of days. So going to be a great weekend to head out and explore your area. Into tonight, temperatures will cool down yet again. We will be seeing a few clouds return for parts of the region, but other than that, taking us into early Saturday morning, we do have another sunny, dry day ahead for much of the region. Lots of sunshine remains in our forecast. Speaking of sunshine, focusing in on New Brunswick today, looking at highs between 18 to 23, sunny skies throughout the day. Wind will pick up out of the southwest, 20 gusting to 40. Prince Edward Island's looking at a high of 19 degrees today. Also going to be a breezy and sunny day ahead. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia. Highs will range from 17 to 19 degrees. Sunshine continues in our forecast for the rest of Nova Scotia with a high of 19 as well. So for Newfoundland and Labrador, looking at some scattered showers throughout the day today with a high of 14 in Labrador City, 17 degrees over in St. John's. Lots of sunshine throughout the day as well. Into our forecast for Saturday, only a chance of some scattered showers return for the northern region of New Brunswick. Parts of Newfoundland will also see some precipitation, but other than that, going to be a sunny and dry day ahead for much of Atlantic Canada. And then into our forecast for Sunday, much of the same, a bit of precipitation, a chance of some isolated showers returning to the northern region of New Brunswick. That's a look at our weather forecast. Now we'll throw things over to Crystal.
This is what you call live TV.
Live TV. We have just.
It's all good.
Katie's microphone wasn't working, so Donna gave her a new microphone, and now we get to watch her pin it on.
Yes,
so
we're good.
Let's throw the Matt Anderson story, and then you can pin it on when we're in the visual. So Matt Anderson
I like
taking his powerhouse voice back to the Maritimes. Tell us more.
Yes, he is. Well, let's hear a little clip of his latest album. The award-winning singer-songwriter will tour in support of his latest album, The Hammer and the Rose. Between the end of January and February, he will perform in Glace Bay, Fredericton, Charlottetown, St. John, Moncton, Pictou, and he will end that maritime run with 3 back-to-back shows.
He's only going to get sweatier from here, Katie, because it's going to be hard work to do all those shows.
She has 7 on. She has 7 on.
I love. Oh, keep going. Okay, we're sorry. We're having a few mic issues. Thanks for your patience. This is great. A great video too. We love Matt Anderson around here.
We do. Okay, can we move on because I have more and more and more.
Okay,
great
one of
news
those
this
days
morning.
people have got to fit all of these great stories in.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
We'll get there. Just have a few tech issues. It happens sometimes, Katie.
It does. But you know what?
Here we
it's
go.
Friday. All is good. Next up, we have the Ennis sisters. They're bringing their annual holiday show back to the Maritimes too.
Snowflake, won't you hurry? You're coming down in such a flurry.
The tour runs November 21st to 26th with stops in Fredericton, Halifax, Moncton, and St. John with a mix of holiday classics, original songs, humor, and even, Crystal, a little Irish step dancing.
Hello.
It's a tradition that ignites the holiday spirit for many, and tickets for these shows are on sale now. I had the opportunity to meet them at the ECMAs this year.
Amazing.
They are the sweetest people,
they
not
came
just
in on our
talented,
show.
but awesome.
Like last year they popped in, gorgeous, and they could not be nicer.
I was like, can I be an Ennis sister?
Totally. Like, take my money. I want to support you.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're awesome. So cool. Okay, someone else that everybody loves, Dave Sampson, Cape Breton's own. He's bringing his Christmas show back to Sydney this holiday season.
Trouble always finds me.
The annual event takes the stage at the Big Fiddle Saturday, December 27th. Tickets for this go on sale today at noon, and this will sell out fast as the show has become a very popular holiday tradition for many. And again, we talk about the personalities of Maritimers. Dave Sampson is another one. His whole family, they're just awesome.
They are great.
Yeah, so this will be a great show too. Okay, so now we're gonna move from holiday shows to something a little different. Country fans, get ready for a night of hits.
Country Boys, a tribute to the music of Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks, Brad Paisley, and George Strait.
You heard it. The Country Boys Tribute Show is bringing the music of all those greats to Halifax for the very first time. The New Brunswick-based group features 9 musicians with over 30 years of touring and recording experience. Most of their shows have been sellouts, and now they're taking the stage at the Marquee Ballroom on Saturday, October 18th.
What fun.
If you love all of that country music, this is the show for you.
I think I would love that. I will learn a little about living in a lot about living, a little about love.
Definitely
Looks like a good one. All right, I think we have time for one more quick thing.
Okay, and this one is important, so country music fans, stay with me. The countdown is on for YQM Country Fest in Dieppe, New Brunswick, and celebrating its 5th anniversary next summer. Organizers are expecting a sellout crowd for the 2026 edition. To give fans a better chance to plan ahead, single-day tickets are going on sale earlier than usual, so one-day tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. Crystal, this is big breaking news.
Did I see Post Malone on there?
Yeah, it's a huge year for YQM, so that's why they're giving fans this opportunity this year. So yeah, set your alarm, you know, an hour and 10 minutes away.
Yeah, thanks for that little heads up on that.
You're welcome.
Great job, Katie.
Thank you.
All right, we got to take a little break. We'll be back right after this to wrap up the show. See you then.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Now, we know we're one of your favorite TV shows now, or at least we hope you are.
I like that.
But the Move Morning Chat, we've been talking about what was the favorite TV show that you had when you were younger. We asked you to send us a text message, received so many responses, so let's get to it. Colleen from Parker Ridge, New Brunswick said, we had 11 people in our house.
Wow.
TV was a privilege we got on Sunday night. I remember waiting for the magical world of Disney.
Yes.
We got to watch whatever was on for a movie that night. We did watch Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, I loved it too.
And the Hardy Boys. She says as we got older, it was the Bionic Woman and Charlie's.
Oh my gosh,
Angel.
Colleen, I remember Bionic Woman. I had the Bionic Woman lunchbox.
Really?
Wonderful World of Disney was a treat. Sometimes we get TV dinners and I'll watch it together.
Ooh,
oh,
wow. A special treat. Millie says, my favorite show as a kid was, it's a Canadian classic. Coming up next, The Littlest Hobo.
There's a voice. Keeps on calling me. Oh my gosh, that boxcar scene at the end, I literally cry every time.
I was so wrong about what The Littlest Hobo was about.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I took it literally.
Oh, goodness.
I got my kids onto this too. It's like, we love watching it.
Oh, that's too funny. And the reruns before our show too, so classic. Michelle from Dieppe, my favorite show growing up was MASH. I now have our grandson looking forward to watching it. Nicely done, Michelle. Getting it down the generations.
That theme song, it's the most melancholy thing in the world.
It is. It is. Lindsay says my favorite show was Full House. I wanted to meet Uncle Jesse so bad.
He was the best uncle. Come on. Uncle Jesse.
Of all the uncles.
Right?
Yeah, there's
a stud muffin.
Our Simonetta Regina is fanning herself.
Right?
Monica writes, my favorite childhood show is Green Acres.
They used to be on in reruns when I was a kid on this kind of classic show. Mr. Dress Up! Oh my gosh, I'm reading ahead, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, Kathy loved Mr. Dress Up was the best. We only had 2 channels when I was young, so not a lot of selection. I thought Mr. Dress Up could draw anything. I loved his tickle trunk, and I'm sure that's the reason I love dressing up in costumes so much.
Me too, Kathy.
Also, Mary, when I was young, I couldn't wait for Bonanza to come on Sunday night. So many memories.
So many memories.
Lori texted us too. My favorite TV show as a kid was The Flintstones.
That's a good one.
Flintstones. So
Yabba-dabba-doo.
Great show.
I know, and it keeps going. So much selection. Eric texted us. Favorite show was Saved by the Bell in the late 80s, early 90s, or The Wonder Years.
Great choice. Saved by the Bell, classic.
Also a classic here, too. Karen says a TV show we watched as kids was The Ed Sullivan Show. Our parents would let us watch a bit of the show as it was on late. I saw the Beatles on there and Elvis. We loved Ed's sidekick, Topo Gigio, is that how you say it?
I don't know, but that Topo Gigio. Gigio. I don't know.
Apparently in a little Italian mouse.
That sounds amazing. I love that the memories are so vivid.
Yeah.
Wow.
And finally, Coralie says my favorite family shows when I was a kid were Three's Company and The Dukes of Hazzard. When I was a teenager, it was Dallas, Falcon Crest, and
Oh,
Dynasty.
those are classics.
Thank you to everyone who took the moment to send us a text.
Yes.
On this
Oh
Friday.
my gosh, this was a
memories.
good one. For me, I was like so many, but the Friendly Giant was my favorite. I even used the theme to walk down the aisle for my wedding. I loved it that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I have to look this up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Oh my gosh.
tune. Yeah.
It's
delightful.
cool. It's adorable. Well, this show's coming to a close. We're going to bring you the names of everyone here at CTV who make all of our shows possible throughout the week. Coming up on Monday, October is Small Business Month. We're going to chat with the consumer finance experts about ways to support aspiring entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and we'll speak with the New Brunswick homelessness advocate about the new provincial task force since last month's announcement.
And Chef Stephen Barrett will stop by with a recipe for baked brie with Nova Scotia apples. We hope you have a great weekend.